improve your thoughts, because that's where it starts, by the way, in the thoughts, so that you can have the environment, the realities that mean something to you. I told you have to elevate your conversations, your discussions, elevate your language, elevate your behavior and your actions. Be grounded in reality, snap out of it, and get a grip. That's not hard to ask, is it? That's for you. That's what your consciousness is starving for. And thus, that's our responsibility and accountability is to our consciousness. It's not about our net worth.
Welcome to the Evolution of the Consciousness podcast. Love is spoken here. With your host and guide, Michelle Carithers.
Morning, everybody. Evolution of the Consciousness. Love is spoken here. I'm Michelle Carithers, and I thought I'd get up on this beautiful morning, November the 5th, 2023, on a Sunday, to put some information in your ear, some sound in your ear, and hope to bring a smile to your face. How about that? I attempted to record a podcast earlier today, but I was having some technical difficulties. And you know what? I don't let no technical difficulties stop me. Okay, so I'm going to put it up again and see what happens. But I just want to come on through and let you know that I'm doing fantastic, magnificent, and marvelous. I have no complaints per se. I like this change, I think. I mean, I'm just saying that now. I don't really think it matters per se about, for me anyway, whether it's light or dark, sunlight, whether the sun shines or there's rain. I still find a way to make the best of it. And I hope that everyone else does the same. Do not allow the weather, do not allow the climate, or anything else going on in our world today to keep you from doing the things that you want to do. And for some of us, we need to do certain things. You know, we're at a culmination, and I said that several times, and it can mean several different things to several different people, but a culmination is, the highest point. And you can see that as a literal, figuratively, and metaphorically, symbolically, because, we're approaching the dawning of the age of Aquarius, February 3rd, 2029. And that's a significant event. However, how significant? No one will know until we get there. And I hope that we can get there together and but in the meantime, in between time, we have to work on the evolution of our consciousness, however. And what does that mean? Well, we need to get back in touch with that. We need to get back in touch with the consciousness. It's all about the consciousness. It's not about your materialism. It's not about your net worth, how much property you own, how much real estate you own, how much you claim that your individual material self is worth. I hear people saying that all the time. I have a network of this, I have a network of that. And is that what you are considering your worth? Your net worth is your worth? So there's a lot of things that we just don't know, and we just really, really need to tune in on the realities of our situation, especially with the destruction of the climate. The poisoning of our water, our food source, our animals, ourselves. There's just a lot going on that is out of our control, but we need to be aware of it and see how we can manage this together. As a collective, I told you we did not raise our vibration to the level that's required for such a planet at such an age and time. But that's not going to mean anything right now, so I'm not going to harp on it right now. I say a whole lot in my videos on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check it out, I go into depth about a lot of things, But with this podcast, I just want to put some sounds in your ear, give you something to contemplate, cultivate, properly meditate, but don't ruminate. Something to have you, thinking over the course of the day, how you want to improve your innermost being about yourself. You want to improve your thoughts, because that's where it starts, by the way, in the thoughts, so that you can have the environment, the realities that mean something to you. I told you have to elevate your conversations, your discussions, elevate your language, elevate your behavior and your actions. Be grounded in reality. Snap out of it and get a grip. That's not hard to ask, is it? That's for you. That's what your consciousness is starving for. And thus, that's our responsibility and accountability. It's to our consciousness. It's not about our net worth. So I'm going to do my share, as I said, with this podcast. I want you to come through this process with me where I'm making mistakes. I may have some sounds going on in the background that may be distracting to some, because a lot of people pick up things, you know what I mean? A lot of people look to pick up things. They look to find problems instead of finding solutions. Some people love it. And we all know that, because how people will have a cardiac arrest if you use the wrong words or the wrong series of words, or if you not pronounce things properly or put them in a sentence properly. A lot of people will have a cardiac arrest, but is anyone having a cardiac arrest about the nuclear testing going on? About the wars, constant war? Is anyone having a cardiac arrest about that? That's our concern. So I'm going to bring it to you, in one way, shape, or fashion. Whether it's on my videos or whether it's on my audio, I'm going to capture you. And once I do, baby, I like to have fun. As a matter of fact, most people who know me personally, they know what I'm about. And so that's why I appreciate, the silent support, put it that way. You're listening to me, but you don't want me to know you're listening to me, or this or that and the other. And that's fine. I love it. I know that there are a lot of things going on there. A lot of people want answers to, and they're tired of the same old talking head intellectuals that always appear to be representatives coming forward and attempting to speak for everybody and have no clue what's going on in the realities of anyone's lives except their own and their net worth and how much property they have, how much property they keep buying up, So I appreciate those of you that know me or don't know me, but I appreciate those that are coming along, listening to me, giving me these signs of support. I pick it up, and I do appreciate it, because at the end of the day, at these final hours, honey, it is about what? The evolution of your consciousness. That's what it's about. It's not about anything else, So that's why I want those of you that are feeling despondent to be gentle and kind with yourself, because we are all in the same boat. We all have been indoctrinated. We've all been manipulated, deceived. Things have been hidden from us for forever. It's been, and it's about conquering and destroying. But, the powers that be say is about peace. It's not about peace. Peace does not bring in income. Okay, peace does not generate income from those in the pyramid. Okay, and they won't tell you that. They make money through war and battle. That's how they make their money, and lying and being deceptive about how they're making their money. Okay, and stealing from creative types like myself and others. So be gentle with yourself if you're feeling despondent. We're all in the same boat. We're all in this together. We're all on this planet, and none of us can leave it. In our physical form, no one can leave this planet. But yet, for millions and millions of years, other human beings from other planets, let's accept it, have been coming to and from this planet. Okay, there are those on this planet that have been here millions of years that are considered foreigners. And what does that mean? Foreigners from another planet, from other planets. Okay, for some reason that has been kept secret from us. Okay, now let's talk about my lifetime. During the 70s, I told you, certain things happened during the 70s, which could have saved us from ourselves, because that's where most of the problems are. It's within ourselves. Okay, but yet we take it out on the planet, we take it out on the animals, and we take it out on each other as well. So be gentle and kind with yourself and allow yourself to understand we've all been taken advantage of, misled, purposely. Now, those that are involved in it may not know who the hidden hands were, but they're following instructions nonetheless. And that's to keep us from knowing things. So it's so important to elevate yourself and be willing to take it there, but it doesn't have to be known to anyone. As I've said over and over again, no one has to know. No one has to know what you're doing. When you are doing this silently within yourself, you can do it within yourself, and you can have a partner sitting right there and don't even know it. That's that power of the silent revolution of your innermost being. It's about that. It's about caring for that and protecting that. And so I hope to help as well as others are. As I said, at some point it's gonna, there will be a massive, what do they call it, separating the wheat from the chaff. There's going to be a lot of that happening, and it's going to wipe out a lot of irrelevancy all at once. It's not going to take years. It's not going to take decades. It's going to wipe it out. And we can see clearly now, once all of this intentional filtering is eliminated, okay, this intentional indoctrination and manipulation and deception is eliminated. Okay, it's going to take some time, but it's going to happen. And a lot of people are going to be swirling in an abyss for the rest of their material lives. And where they go from there, no one knows. I told you, it's about sounds and tones and how we communicate with each other. It's the sounds and tones. Okay, that reflects our consciousness levels as well as, everything else in our lives. Someone looking in that has higher advanced knowledge and technology can immediately go to the ones that they know are vibrating on a righteous level, because it is about being at the right frequency. And I said, as a collective, we failed. But failure is opportunity, especially because it's all individualized. It's an individual free will. That's your power. You don't have to follow people. You don't have to follow the crowd. You need to follow your path. You need to be aligned with your reality so that you can meet your destiny or your destination. It's all about you, the individual. Okay, so I'm going to say that this morning. I hope it inspires you as it inspires me. I do this out of love. I have love, and I also want to spread universal love. People that I love, I hope you can feel that, sense that, and receive it. Because I'm coming from genuine and authenticity. I'm putting it out there. And I there's no shame in my game. I don't have no secrets. I have nothing to hide. All I'm doing is developing every day, learning from my mistakes, making mistakes, developing, loving. And because you know what? This goes on forever and ever. Okay? So what I want to do is end it with another prayer, because a lot of people like prayers. Excuse me there. A lot of people like prayers. And that's understandable. Because the way we were taught that, the prayers are a good thing. Because prayers is striving to connect with the spirit. That's the original meaning of prayer, by the way. It's connecting, it's striving to connect with the spirit. There's nothing religious about that. It's understandable, it's reproducible, it makes sense, it feels good within my sensing and receiving. There's no indoctrination, none of that. So what I want to do is read something before I end it this morning on a Sunday, November the 5th, 2023, in the place to be, baby. I want to end with this, and once I'm done reading this, I'll tell you what I would like for you to do, but everything's free will, self-will. You're free to do whatever you like to do, okay? Here we go. My spirit, I search for the way to you. I am filled with self-made worries. and I am tired and exhausted, and therefore I search for the way to you in order to rest. With all my errors and weaknesses, I search for the way to you. With your help, I will form myself according to the laws and recommendations. I am restless and unclean in my consciousness. Help me to eliminate the uncleanliness and the restlessness. Let me be in you, and may you be in me. Let me work in you, and may you work in me. Evolution of the Consciousness. Love is spoken here. I'm Michelle Carithers.
Thank you so much for listening to the Evolution of the Consciousness podcast. Please make sure to leave us a review. If you wish to ask a question to Michelle, you can leave her an email at missmichellecarithers@gmail.com.